Hello. Today we're going to talk about science experiments. I have been doing science experiments since I was in the 6th grade. They are a lot of fun and educational at the same time. So, what are science experiments? In simple terms, a science experiment is something you do to help answer a question that you have. For example, if you have a question, how much salt will dissolve in a glass of water? To help test the question, you do a science experiment. You can take a measured quantity of water in a glass and you add a measured quantity of salt and stir the water. If the salt dissolves in the water, you add some more measured quantity of salt. You keep adding more salt till it stops dissolving. This experiment would help answer your question. So you might ask, why should I do science experiments? Well, So you might ask, why should I do science experiments? Well, it's to be a researcher and to make the world a better place. Researchers understand the natural environment and man-made environment by conducting science experiments. By conducting science experiments, they can understand the relationship between different things, like the relationship between water and salt. They can then learn from the experiment and apply that learning when they study oceans. Ocean's water is salty. This helps the researchers solve problems that we humans and animal life face. This improves the quality of life for everyone. If all of this sounds interesting to you, you might already be a researcher. Let's look at what you need to be a successful scientist. You need to be a good observer. Scientists observe their surroundings a lot. There's a difference between seeing and observing. Observing means you capture a lot of information. Ask about things you see happen. You need to be a good listener. When you talk to people about the problems they face, or watch the news on TV, you need to listen carefully and capture information about problems being faced, like who is facing the problem, where are they facing the problem, when did they face the problem, and how big is the problem. Be curious. When you find problems, read about them and ask a lot of questions. Oftentimes, you do not get good answers, and getting information or understanding scientific concepts takes time. Be patient. Don't give up. Slow and steady wins the race. People who want to make things better can be successful scientists. People who are satisfied with not so good conditions cannot be scientists. Let's look at some inventions. A wheel is a great example. Look around you and find things that have a circle-shaped object. If you are a good observer, you will find a lot of things that have a circular-shaped part. Tell your teachers what you found. Let's look at another great invention. A light bulb. A small object that can light up the whole world. A small but very important invention. But scientists did not just stop by inventing them. They experimented and made them better. A car won't run with a wooden wheel. So scientists developed a rubber tire. A light bulb was developed into an LED light bulb that lasts for a few years and consumes a lot less electricity. Here are some other examples of great inventions and how they were improved over a period of time. Computers used to be as big as a room when they were initially invented. Today, they can fit on your lap and are more powerful. Cell phones used to be pretty big when they were launched. Now, You can fit them in your pocket. Plus, they can take pictures, give you directions, play music, and do so much more. Do you want to start thinking about doing some science experiments? If yes, you need to first identify a problem or an area of improvement, something that you can make better. Then read and research about it. Ask questions. Understand what the problem is and why the problem exists. What would it look like if the problem is solved? How would it benefit everyone? Based on this information, think of possible solutions. What are the options to solve the problem? Do not be discouraged if you cannot get a solution. That is okay. Keep thinking. Once you have a few solutions, the next step is to test those solutions. Testing is required so you can make sure your solutions will work. Some solutions might not work, and you might have to exclude them. Also, testing will tell you which solution gives the best results. Think about a problem that you see around you in your everyday life. Examples of problems could be someone losing power for 1 to 2 hours every night and having to sit in the dark. Someone could have a problem of getting water only 3 to 4 times a week, and there is always a shortage of water. You can also think about problems outside your area. Example problems could be there's a lot of pollution in your city and in India, and it affects people's health. Also, because of the trash that's everywhere, mosquitoes can spread diseases. Let's look at some simple solutions people found to their problems. A researcher built a candle that can be reused. This reduces wastage and cost. Another researcher found a faster way to slice fruits. They are simple solutions to simple problems, but they make our lives better. Here are some more examples. A researcher wanted to carry a chair wherever she went, so she invented a portable chair that can fold and becomes a bag that can be easily carried. A kid researcher found a better way to get the toothpaste out from a tube. People cannot see when they walk with their umbrellas, so a researcher added a plastic cutout so people can see while walking. Take some time to think and identify a small problem. Maybe in your school, at your home, or in an area. Whatever interests you. Pick a small problem and think about how you can come up with a solution to solve the problem. Thank you and happy researching.